Hi, I'm Mike. Welcome back to Our Wyoming Life. This is my supermodel pose. It's as close as I can get. Today, I'm going to bring you along with me. We have actually a bit of a cleanup chore to take care of. We talked about it in a couple videos back, but what I feared has actually came true. So we are going to be out sorting cows. We're going to separate off a couple cows for a reason I'm going to let you know here in just a minute. But first, we have to go out and feed the cows because we're going to drag them along with us and get them where we want them with the motivation of food. It's all coming up on Our Wyoming Life. Alrighty guys, it is a frosty morning here on the ranch. It almost, oh wow, it's really bright too. It almost looks like it snowed. Everything is white out here, but we are expecting a high today of about 41 degrees. So the hope is that most of this will burn off and I won't have to deal with the slippery ice and frost and everything else out in the fields as we're trying to sort off a couple cows that I think, if you remember, you go back a few videos, when we brought the cows together, I believe that was a live stream actually, when we brought the cows together, I mentioned that we had a couple cows out there that may not have weaned off their calves. So what we're going to do today, because most of the herd is dried up, which means they don't have any milk anymore, and there's still those two cows in there that could possibly have milk, I had a choice. I could basically make a really quick decision, and that was if I wanted to bring the cows in or if I wanted to bring their calves in and just kind of re-wean those guys. Now, I haven't seen them sucking. However, the two cows that we're dealing with, their calves have been hanging around them a little bit, so better safe than sorry. We don't want the cows drugged down by the calves. We'll talk about that coming up. But this is a quick way to solve a problem that I created. Sometimes the easiest way to do things is not the best. And I gotta say, you know, nobody's perfect. We're all human. So it's not surprising that this kind of came back and bit me in the butt, but it's a problem that's easily solved if we can start the tractor. There we go. It's a problem that's easily solved. Just have to sort off those moms. It causes a little bit of a problem, and we probably should have taken care of this when we took the cows and after preg checking and actually put open cows in with the calves. I probably should have sorted them out when we did that. I did not. So this is a little bit of my punishment. We're gonna have to set up water for them, get them food, all that kind of good stuff. But for right now, what we're going to do is we're actually going to go out in the tractor. First, I have to hook up the hustler feeder because I don't have that hooked up right now. Then we're going to go out in the tractor. We're going to grab a bale or two, and we're going to see if we can get the cows to follow us all the way into what we call the lot, which is a little 3-acre pasture where we can lock them in, and then we can get to sorting in there. First stop for us this morning is hooking up the hustler feeder, which looks nice and cold, frosty too. And we're going to use it to grab those bales and bring them to the cows. Our current temperature out here is 24 degrees. Which makes me wonder why I'm out here sometimes. There we go. Get rid of our jack. And then we can get our frosty hydraulics hooked back up. They're all covered with frost. And now we can go grab a couple bales and turn on the heat. So the question has come up if the frost can actually pose a damage to, or any damage to cattle or any type of problem. And there is the issue of slipping. This stuff when we get frost like this, humidity is usually high, and that can cause things to get a little slippery, which I don't really like working cows in conditions like this, just because they can slip and fall and hurt themselves. There's a number of ways that cows can fall. In fact, if they fall and happen to do the splits, they can actually sever an artery, which would cause us to have to put them down. So again, like I always do, you know, I don't like to make things more complicated than they are or than they have to be. But today we're going to take it really easy on these cows, just because of the slippery conditions. Here come the cows, thinking they're going to get breakfast, not knowing that I'm going to drive right past them to go grab those bales. I'm going to get 2 bales. And the reason I'm grabbing 2 is because I want to have one for the corrals after we get these cows sorted off. Obviously, they're going to need food, and we're going to have to figure out water for them too. So water obviously freezes, so that's going to be a bit of an issue, but we'll figure something out. So these cows are obviously, they're kind of annoyed. We're going to drive right past them. They're going to turn around and follow us, hopefully, to where we need them to be. I always think it's funny because you can tell the younger cows from the older cows. Now, older cows know what's up. They've seen me feed them hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. So they will actually hang back. They know I'm going to the feed yard to grab the bale or 2. So they'll just kind of hang out up here. So you can tell who the older cows are. They're the ones that'll wait for me to get up to the hay yard and grab bales before they get all excited. They'll actually stand back there sometimes and just wait for me to come back because they know that I'm going to be bringing the food to them. Today, however, they're in for a little bit of surprise because I'm going to make them walk a while before I actually start putting out the bale, so we can get them where we want them and make life just a little bit easier in the sorting department. It doesn't look slick out here, but I tell you what, this grass that has the frost on it is very, very slippery, and hopefully I'll be able to demonstrate that to you later. And well, actually I say hopefully, I don't want to fall but I might, or I might spin out or something. Who knows what's going to happen, but it is slick. So this frost covered grass is just not fun at all to work on. We're going to grab 2 bales. We're going to stack them end to end, just like I showed you in your hustler training video not too long ago. Stack them up like that, and then we'll grab them with our feeder. Ah! Burr! Whew! Okay. All the frost just came off that bale and went right down my shirt. That's nice. we've got both of our bales. Now we can get our cows. And the hope is that they're just going to follow us, which they should. I don't see any major problem. Of course, if they don't follow us, it'll be the 2 cows we want that don't follow us, but that's okay. We'll deal with that when that problem comes up. If it does, we're just going to meander at kind of a slow speed just so the cows can keep up. So we want them to keep us in sight, right? If they lose sight of us, they might just forget what we're doing. So we want to move pretty slow and just lead the cows in. Keep going. We're very food motivated this morning, which is great. That's exactly where I want them. They're going to follow us right along into the lot. There's our entrance. There's actually 3 gates here that they can kind of choose to go in and meet us where we're going. So my choice here is to feed them about as close to the gate that I want those 2 cows to go into as I can. Also, I'm going to try to swing back around after we feed and make sure that I get those gates closed, the gates they came in, so that we don't have to worry about cows leaving. Sorting them is going to be a little bit different matter because a lot of times you just have to work on the fly, kind of deal with what you're given. So it may end up being super simple. We may end up having a rodeo, you never know. All right, so the gate that we're gonna try to get these cows into is right up here on the end of the shed, leads directly into the pig pen area, but hopefully that'll work. If not, we have our backup gate, which is down here on this end, that we can get them in also. When you design corrals, it's always nice to have a backup, that's for sure. Okay, let's kick on our feeder. We'll start putting out some food for these guys. Well, that worked out pretty good. Ran out of bale just about the time where we got where we wanted to be. Also, the other good thing is that their water is up in this corner. It's a new placement for their water this year, and that will keep them up here as well. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if these cows spend most of the day up in the lot, even after we get done with our sorting and stuff. I mean, it's a warm, safe place for them to hang out. So they've got the shed to get into, and now they have food and they also have water. So not a bad place for the cows to be. I've got 2 stragglers down here that are not in yet. They're not cows that I need, but it's not going to hurt to get them pushed in. Actually, I don't know if they're not cows that I need, but I'm guessing. Oh, they're coming in. There they are, working their way in here now. All right. Latecomers to the party. Basically, I just want to keep them in the lot, so I'm just going to close this down so they don't have anywhere to go. And with these gates closed, they're now stuck up here in this 3-acre lot. You can see the cows back there. Some of them are actually already coming back to get out. They know something's up. They don't know what, but now they know they can't go anywhere. So they know there's something coming up. So what I usually like to do at this point is give the cows a little bit of a rest, let them eat, let them relax. Back up here by the shop, we are going to cut the net wrap off of this bale. This is our extra bale we brought up. Apparently I need a new blade for my knife. And this bale is going to go in the Arrowquip corral so that the cows that we sort off have something to eat. All right, now we've got them food. Now I do have water in the corrals. The problem is I don't have electricity to it, so it's gonna freeze. So we're gonna have to find a stock tank heater to throw in to this water right over here. Yeah, this looks a little frozen. Yep, it's frozen. Okay, so I gotta find some cords and a way to get that water thawed out, which obviously means I need to find a heater. So I'll work on that next while the cows are eating breakfast. I managed to find a stock tank heater that we weren't using right now, and while we have a minute, let's talk about stock tank heaters really quick. So there are so many different types of stock tank heaters and so many ways to keep your stock tank from freezing. And one of the things that I didn't think about until just recently is the fact that you should try to size a stock tank heater to whatever size stock tank you have. This is a pretty small tank and it's only going to be watering 2 cows, so that's not a big deal. But you can get stock tank heaters all the way from 250 watts all the way up to 1500 watts. And if I put a 1500 watt stock tank heater in this thing, it might be overkill. So, and obviously I'm using a lot of power for those too. So you don't want to waste electricity, you don't want to waste money. So this is actually a relatively small stock tank heater. I think this one is 750 watts. We're going to try it out in this. If it works really well, I may be even able to go down to just a bucket heater, which is a much smaller stock tank heater. They run about 250 to 500 watts and saving you a lot of money. I know that a 1500 watt heater around here costs me about $1 a day to run. So they can get expensive really quick, especially over the winter. And being able to regulate how much power you're putting into a stock tank makes a lot of sense, at least it does to me. So this tank is obviously frozen. Like that. And I have no idea how deep it's frozen or how thick the ice is. We may have to come and chip some of this out. But I'm going to get this thing set up in here. One of the things that I have a problem with is the cord. Obviously, I don't want the cows stepping on the wire. I don't want them unplugging it accidentally. So I'm going to try to weave it kind of through the panels till I can get it outside of the area that they're going to be in. And then the chicken house is actually right over there. So I think I'll just run an extension cord from the chicken house up to this tank heater. We've never actually had to put tank heaters in this tank before because normally I don't have anything in here in the wintertime. Again, my screw up now causes this situation that we have to deal with. So we'll deal with it. While I'm working on getting these cords set up, let me really quickly remind you guys that our calendar is now available on the website. We had a bunch of people that were waiting for it. We got a little bit behind with the preparing of the with preparing of the calendar, but it is now online. You can get your 2024 owl calendar filled with pictures and everything else from the ranch, and be able to read some of the cool captions and all that kind of good stuff that is in that calendar as well. So let me just get this cord wrapped up and then we'll be able to move on to the next part of our adventure this morning. This is where we're going to get our power. And we can get plugged in. I'm actually going to knot these two cords just to make sure they don't come apart. Something like that. May end up having to rework that if the cows start messing with it. And that should get power over here to this stock tank heater, which I didn't test to see if it actually works, which is probably a good idea. But there's one way to do that. Yep, it's warming up. Nice and toasty. Whew, feels good on the hands too. But we still have this frozen chunk of ice to deal with. So, let's see. How thick do you think that is? I guess there's only one way to find out. A little hatchet here. Let's see if we can get through this. Oh, it's not as thick as I thought. Don't get me wrong, it's still a lot of ice, but I think we can get some of it out of here. Yeah, that's pretty thick. Okay, we have our water all cleaned out. In fact, I overflowed it just a little bit, but that's okay. It's gonna drain down and away. Water's ready to go. Our heater's in it. We have food for the cows. Now we can get down to the meat and potatoes, this whole thing, and get out and get us some cows. As you can see, most of the frost is burned off, which is nice. Might still be a little slick out there just from the water that came off of it, but who knows. We are going to head up and around. We're going to get in with those cows, and I'm going to show you the cows that we're looking for. Now, these are two open cows, which means they're not pregnant. They are going to stay in the herd, but they've got calves out here with them, and there is a chance that they're still milking. So calves could be nursing off of them, which is not good. We want to make sure that they are as healthy as possible, and calves nursing on them, especially in the cold weather, can really drag them down. It's part of the reason that we do calve early in spring, so that the moms aren't having to fight as much cold when it's time to do this. So we are looking for two cows, number 42 and number 44. So the quick way to find them is that they have an O painted right there on their rump. You can see that one right there. That is number 42. Where number 44 is right here behind us. There is number 44. So there's our two cows that we have to move. And we're just going to try to get them in a group here. I think I saw one down here somewhere. There she is. We're going to try to just get them to walk along the fence here with everybody else. So we'll see if we can get them to do it. But we're really going to concentrate on these two cows. 44, 44, hey, 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 hey. And 42, which is over there. There we go. Now you guys are going the right way. Don't need you, do I? Nope. Come on. Once you can get the cows going in the right direction, it is extremely helpful. And we can actually drop off cows as we go. If anybody decides to turn, we're just keeping an eye out for 42 and 44. If anybody decides to stay, totally fine. They don't have to go with us, but we just want to make sure we get those two into the corrals. And I'm pretty sure they're in this group. So I can see all 4 of our cows that have that mark on them. One of them we don't have to worry about because she had a steer. The other one is number 31, who is a giant pain in the butt and will be going into the feedlot. So we are okay so far. Come on guys, let's go. Come on, get in there. All right, now we got who we want. We can start getting rid of who we don't. Get out of here. Anybody we don't want can just turn around and leave. Come on, get. Get out. We're watching out for those ones back there with the marks on their butts. All right, look at that. We got them whittled down here pretty quick. Go, get out of here. 42, I want you to go in there. Get in there. There's one of them. That's one of them we got. Oh no. Did I just lose one? I might have. Who is that up there? Get out of here. Are you 44? Aha, cool, okay. Nope, 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 nope. Hey, get. Okay, 44 is still up there. 42 is kind of being a little bit of a turd, but that's okay. Because we know we have the 2 in we want, I'm not gonna push my luck. I've got that gate closed. We know we have 42 and 44 both in here, so let's see if we can get them, those 2 anyway, moved up here into the next corral. Come on, get up there. Okay. All right, so there's 42. She's moved up this way. 44 is somewhere in here, I think. Let's see if we can find her. There's 31. Now that's that little turd that tried to take us out at preg checking. She's gonna go into the feedlot, so we could actually keep her separate too. Let's see if we can turn some of these cows around. 44, you stay. You go this way, come on. We're gonna have to go back and get the other one, but that's okay. That's why I locked that gate. Come on. You 2 go. You stay. No, you stay. Okay, we're gonna put her up here for right now, if I can. Nope, 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 nope. All right. Whew. We're gonna move her up this way. Okay. She's contained. And I think what I'm gonna do, since I have 31 in as well, is I'm gonna put her in with them also. So we're gonna end up with 3 cows in the corral, but that's okay. She's gonna end up going in the feedlot anyway. So we're just getting a chance to sort her off while we have the chance. 44 and 31 are back up here somewhere. Heading back down. 31's in there. Right there's 44. Let's get them back in here. Number 44 there is a little snorty. Or no, that's 42. Okay. Let's get this sorted. 37, you can go. Go, get out of here. All right, we got it down to 3. 42 and 31. Why don't you guys move down? Leave 26 there. Get out of here. Come on. Hey, look at that. We got them in. Okay. And now these two can go up and in. Come on, let's go. All right, we got that all straightened out. I can kick the rest of the cows out. We got the 2 we wanted, plus we're 1 extra, 31, which is fine. And we can let the rest of these cows out now. Come on, gang. Come on. You guys can leave. Go, go, go. Good girls. And since we have the 3 amigos locked up there in the Aero-equipped corral, at least in the alley portion of it, we're gonna run back down here, let the rest of the cows back out onto pasture. They still have food in here, but I have a feeling after our little chasing around, they're gonna leave. They'll come back later and finish it. But for right now, they can take off if they want to. Which apparently they want to. Bye, guys. Okay, I'll see you later. Now we go back to the Aero-equipped corrals. We'll figure out our next step here. Okay, they are here in this alley. All we have to do is get a gate open, let them in the corrals. This gate looks good. Hey, gang. All right, come on. So here's what's gonna happen to these 3. 42 and 44 are gonna be kept in here for maybe a month or so for them to completely dry up. I don't think they have much of a bag left anyway, much milk, but not a bad idea, just to cover the whole winter. Then they'll just go right back out with the rest of the herd. 31 here, however, right there in the middle, she's a giant turd. Because she doesn't have the temperament of a cow that we would want in our breeding herd, she will actually go into the feedlot, which is across the road. She'll move through the B team, through the A team, and eventually into online sales and all that kind of good stuff. So that is pretty much it. We've got these guys sorted off. I would call that a successful mission. The weather's warming up, so it's nice to get to be able to do some other projects before it gets too cold again. And these guys will just kind of hang out. So here's the thing. I made a mistake. I probably should have never let these guys stay with the calves. I knew that they would end up nursing, and that could cause problems farther down the road. But I like to think that every day on the ranch is a chance to learn something. Every day in life is a chance to learn something, but here on the ranch, this is what I've learned today. You can make a mistake, and you can go back and fix it. There's very few mistakes in this entire world that you can't fix. There's a few, I'll give you that. But if you have the opportunity to fix a mistake, just do it and get it done and move forward. I think they'll appreciate me. They don't now, but maybe at some point they will. Thanks for hanging out with me once again. I do appreciate it. Remember, those calendars are on sale on the website, OurWyomingLife.com. You can set up your entire 2024 with pictures and stories from the ranch. Until next time, have a great week, and thanks for joining us in Our Wyoming Life. I'm pretty sure I didn't make any friends today. Maybe tomorrow.